Hello everyone. I feel like I'm probably a little better prepared today than my very first video. So I am gonna start on the mask today. So I've got to draw out the eye and the red slash marks that kind of go through it, the pattern, the design, the rest of the teeth on the hollow side. I'm gonna start painting on that as well. Uh-oh. Not sure what happened. I just bought this little circle light. So, and I'm basically powering it with a little battery pack. So, I haven't had any issues with it so far. I mean, considering it was fairly inexpensive, it's pretty decent for what I paid. Probably just use that same color red as the background for the base coat. And we'll stop now. I guess I should grab my towel that I love to hang over my shoulder, always and forever. I do have paint clothes, so I can just wipe on that, but I prefer to have the little paint towels. It's just easier to dump that all in the wash. Alright, let's stop joking around with this itty bitty brush. So we can get some more coverage. And since I have decided to do YouTube on my art channel, I won't listen to music. I'll just dub some stuff over on the pieces that I edit, where I'm like, okay, you're either rambling on or doing like what I just did, where I'm talking and then I stop talking because I'm concentrating on painting and don't finish what I was actually going to say. Secondly, I'm going to try to talk a little louder, because I noticed in my first video, you really had to crank it to hear me. Like I don't, you know, my timid personality, I don't have a big girl voice unless I'm angry, hungry, you know, like everyone else. I'm just like, you know. And that piece is black, so don't do that in red, because otherwise you'll just be painting over it again. Don't want to do that. The other thing I'm also doing is getting a feel for some of the video capturing capabilities of my phone, because my first video, thank God, the editing software I'm using has capability to rotate the video, because I wasn't paying attention when I set it up to begin with, and it recorded everything in portrait mode, so I had to rotate it for it to be in landscape mode to watch on YouTube. Good times, right? We've all been there, maybe, possibly, once, twice. You get so excited about the content itself and recording progress. The little devil's in the details. I think I'm going to concentrate on the mask up here before I start doing any of the blood stains down here. That way my hand doesn't touch, etc. the wet paint stuff. I usually don't do that. I'm flying all over the place when I'm painting. Just try to avoid the wet spots, and sometimes it's just not something that gets done. Because now I'm about to start on the gray, and I'll come back to those once this is dried a little bit. Because otherwise I'm gonna end up with red paint on my hands, and I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna go through this really quickly because I'm going to go back over everything. Like I said in my first video, to blend everything out, to give it kind of hushed edges, rather than being traditional anime style, where you just have the harsh lines between the, you know, anywhere between 2 and 4 different shades to give it dimension. So far, this is just about me making video logs of the progress of paintings that I'm working on for myself. If other people join, if other people enjoy, great. If not, great. It's more for me. Same can be said for the videos that my husband and I do for ourselves on our business side of things as well. It's more about video progress of projects that we are working on, like our work-related stuff, or labs, or even just our van build. You know, we're doing our van build. And it's just progress for ourselves, mostly. Friends, family, just kind of, hey, here's what we're doing. Because most people, especially in the lifestyle we've chosen to live, RVing and being mobile, you may or may not get to see the same people frequently, and it's kind of nice that they, you know, follow you on social medias and see what you're up to, and then you can do the same. My favorite color. I may wait until that dries and use the orange to do what I need to do with his eye to make it look the way it looks in the cartoon. where it's kind of orange and you really only have that slight yellow glint. Sorry, I gotta pick this up for a second. I am touching something wet over there. Yikes. Good thing I still have more of that color. I don't have any more of that color. Fudgesicles. We'll have to play around with it. Problem solved on that little oops moment. And that's what I get for setting my hand in it. Or trying to open it backwards like that. You know. Kind of like the way this red from the background turned out on that, so we're just going to continue to use it for the color itself. I might come up with maybe just a pinstripe of the crimson red, to be honest. I'm doing it again. I have to remember I need to work from left to right. Since I'm right-handed, otherwise I'm going to be putting my hand in it all the time. And you'd think, with the number of years I've been doing this, hey, I'd know better by now, but nope. Nope, 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 nope. His eye should be dry. Should be dry. dry enough where I can try this again and see if I can get it to do what I want it to do. All right, I'm gonna put a little black dot on this and hope to God that when it dries, it looks the way I want it to look. And I do this a lot too. To get the acrylic paint off of my person. For the most part, I just don't care because I wash up, clean up when I'm done. Cool beans. Man, I'm telling you, sometimes blending is the nightmare. But it can make beautiful things happen in artwork. I'm not gonna lie. Especially with oil paints. I just can't handle it because it takes too long to dry. I think I'm gonna do this video a little shorter. See how reception goes on what I've got going because my stomach is telling me it is dinner time. So, and I hope it does not pick up all the growling. Hopefully it's far enough away where that's not being heard. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm hungry. Gonna go have me a sandwich and some chips. But I'm still not happy with that eyeball. I'm really not. I'm almost tempted to just paint it. You know what? Let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it before I totally paint over it and say I'm done with it and start all over. Don't want to do that. So the only part of it that I did not do anything real with is the yellow and orange in this eye, and since I'm having so many problems with that one, I think I'll sleep on it. Oops, hang on a second. I didn't do that and I didn't do that. Let me finish that before I stop because I just can't. I can't. Okay. Now I'll go eat because, yeah, definitely hungries. So, part 3, skin blending, hair blending, lines on this, and then we'll see where we're at. Catch you next time.